Okay, so this is my virtual library. What I got out of this experience was I got to get exposure to different types of books. I have got to see like how to kind of separate books and what is more informative, what's more for pleasure, and what's actually going to work in a classroom. I try to keep these books to something that I would probably use in a classroom. So let me go over some of my favorites. My favorites would be Wonder for contemporary fiction. I love how Middle School is the worst, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid would work for like if I was teaching fifth grade, kind of get them ready for middle school. Fantasy is my favorite subject. It's my favorite of all of it, apparently. Um, so it's an adult. I like a little mystery kind of stuff, suspense thrillers. But for kids' books, like fantasy was super hard for me to narrow down which ones are my favorite. Um, Narnia, I probably wouldn't use in a classroom. I know it's got a lot of Christian undertones in it, so I don't know how that would work. Harry Potter, I love. Charlotte's Web, I love. But these, I don't know if you would use these in the classroom so much. Historical fiction, these would be more classroom, I think, and well, maybe Rush Revere would be. It's more of a history. It's about this kid, and this has this horse who goes back in time, and they actually go through and live through some of these historical moments. It's kind of awesome. Um, Another one I'd use in these classrooms, I would use all three of these, of course, in the classroom. Who is Dr. Martin Luther King? This is cute, small story from like third graders can even read it and get the basic knowledge that they need. Ruby Bridges, good story, based on a true story about her going to school. And of course, Diary of Anne Frank. Another one I would use probably is Esperanza Rising. I think maybe like in a fifth grade classroom because it's one of my favorites, but it does teach, especially in California, it talks about stuff that actually happened here in California. And then, so yeah, poetry, I'm not a big fan of poetry. That one was hard for me to get through. Science fiction, another one I don't like, hard for me to get through. And these are my kids' recommended Plants vs. Zombies and the Lost Kids on Earth. To me, it's boring. And of course, we all know what we grew up with, The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Super cute for a kid's age. A Little Red Riding Hood and The Ugly Duckling. I think The Ugly Duckling is a good one for teaching kids about being true to yourself and loving yourself. So I went over my 2-minute mark, but that's basically, I got a lot out of this. I am glad that we did this. It gave me more exposure to different subjects and how I would divide it up and what I would teach.